Bitch, get out my face. Boy, follow my way. Boy, get out my way. Go, yeah.
What's up, YouTube? I'm back. Today I'm going to be telling you a story about when I went on a first date and a guy said I love you on the first date. This is a true story. It happened earlier this year, maybe around May. I don't remember, but yeah, let's get straight into the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get straight into it. By the way, I look a little messy. Just ignore that. So this all started when me and not my previous, but one before, me and my ex had broken up. We would break up, get back together, not a lot, but it happened like a couple times. I had this friend through social media. We're gonna call him Josh, but that's not his real name. His name is nowhere close to Josh. He always had my back, and he was like a genuine good person to me, as I thought. So he's one of those boys that you think like they have a lot of females because of, you know, the way they look. I never met this guy in person. We did FaceTime one time, but it was like maybe like 5 minutes. So one day, me and my ex went to Target. My mom, she knew my ex, not very well, but she knew him enough so I can go and hang out with him. Yeah, I'm eating gummy bears, so if that bothers you, I'm sorry. I really like gummy bears. Gummy bears are good AF. But anyways, so first thing we did was go to Plato's Closet, and I had some shoes that I didn't want, so you know, I sold them, got my money, and we went to Target. And at this time, me and my ex, we were trying to figure out if we were gonna stay together or not. He wanted me, he did, and he wanted me to the point to where he didn't want me with anybody else, but he didn't want to be in a relationship. Whenever I would mention, okay, so if I'm single, let me go hang out with Josh, or let me go hang out with, you know, guys that I grew up with. Yeah, I was like, let me talk to other guys. If we're not in a relationship, let me at least have guy friends, like. And he would say like, no. One day I got tired of it, and I felt the need to hang out with my guy friends. I'm single, you're single, you're probably hanging out with other girls, so I'm gonna hang out with other guys. And I was hurt too, so I felt the need to go and, you know, get some other attention, which is not right. So I hit up Josh, and I was like, hey, can you pick me up from Target? So he pulled up in this nice behind car. His face looked like the picture, but he was shorter. I was like, we should go to the mall maybe. And he was like, oh, now we should stay local, like we should stay close to Apopka. We should stay close to your house because I don't want to drive that far. And I was like, I want to do something. Like, I don't want to just stay in a freaking store. So we went to Millennium Mall, and the whole car ride, he's talking about, oh, you're my baby, and he put his hand on my thigh. I'm like, we're friends. We're just friends. He was like, I know. Why can't, like, we just have a little fun? Like, why can't I just mess with you? I'm just joking around with you. I'm like, okay. He's just joking around with me. Then we get to the mall, and he asks to hold my hand. I'm like, again, we're not in a relationship. Me and my ex just broke up. I'm not about to sit here and hold this man's hand. No, that's not the move. That's not what's gonna happen. We just met. I knew you for a year, but yes, no, we're not just gonna sit here and hold hands. So we walk around the store, and he's like, oh, you gotta help me pick out some shirts. You gotta help me, like, find some shirts for me. He was very cocky. Like, the whole entire time we were at the mall, it was all about him. It was, oh, we gotta go into this store, oh, this and that, look at all these shirts for me to buy. You gotta help me look good, mommy. Like, all that shit, all that stuff, he did that. Sorry, I keep cursing because it's really hard not to curse in this situation. Josh was hella cocky. Very cocky. So then it's time for us to leave because I'm telling him, look, I'm not feeling this. I want to go home. I'm tired. And he's like, oh, you know, let's just drive around. So as I walk to the car, he grabs my butt. He grabs my butt. And I'm just sitting there like I turned around so fast. I'm like, you don't grab my butt. We're not together. We're friends. And I told him, you can take me home. Josh was like, no, I'm sorry. I was just joking. Like, we're friends. Everything's straight. Like, just chill out. I won't do it again. I'm like, whatever. I'm at this point, I'm just like, let's just finish hanging out so I can go home and be in my safe spot, because I'm not feeling this. He was too pushy, too like forceful. Like, we're in the car driving and he plays his music mad loud.
Turn that shit off.
And I'm already annoyed at this time. He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't know, I just want to go home. He's like, you know I love you, right? I was so like, it's just one of the moments where you don't know what to say. Like, he said, you know I love you, right? Like, I remember him looking at my face and telling me that. Like, I told him, I was like, we're friends. Like, I was laughing and everything. I was like, we're friends. And he was like, nah, like, we knew each other for a year and stuff. And I'm like, but this is our first time meeting. How do you love me already? This is our first time meeting. I don't understand. And he just laughed it off and blew his music. Then we put up to the Wendy's. This man orders a whole meal and more for himself and doesn't ask me if I want anything or if I'm hungry. So he parks in the Wendy's parking lot after he gets his food, and he eats it right in front of me. And when he finishes and he's full and he's satisfied, he asks me, are you hungry? At this point, I'm pissed off, and I don't care if he hears me. I don't care if anyone hears me. I'm like, yes, I'm hungry. You're sitting there eating and you ain't give me nothing. Like, that's just respectful. Like, if you take a girl out on a date or even to hang out, and that's like, you like them or that's your friend, you should feed her. If you're gonna go get food in front of that person, you should feed them. If that's the case, you wait till they leave and you're alone and you can get food. I'm like, yes, I'm hungry. Yes, I haven't ate all day. Yes, I'm hungry. And he's like, oh, well, I got something for you. It's like, you did? I don't remember telling you what I wanted. I don't remember you asking me if I wanted to eat. I don't remember, like, what do you have for me? What could you possibly have for me? He looked in the Wendy's bag and he put in a little thing of rice. I think it was like rice and beans with chili. Who raised you? Like, who raised you? This is our first time meeting. You didn't ask me what I wanted. I could be allergic to beans. I'm not. I'm Puerto Rican. I eat rice and beans all the freaking time. I'm not no leftover person. How you gonna sit here and tell me that you got something for me and it's your leftovers? It's your leftovers. That stuff really ain't make sense to me. It really didn't. So I'm already pissed off. I don't find this man attractive anymore. I don't want to be friends with him. When I get home, he's being straight blocked. It gets worse from here. We're driving back to Apopka, and he's like, oh, I want to find a park that we can like sit outside and talk. I was in my feelings. I was already hurt. I was in my feelings. I needed something to get my mind off of, you know, my situation with my ex. He pulls into this empty, like, it was like a work factory type thing. I didn't know anything about, you know, what was gonna happen. And he's like, oh, we should get in the back. I'm like, get in the back for what? He's like, oh, so like we can just be more comfortable and talk more. So my dumb behind, I'm thinking, okay, I think I was on my period at that time. I'm like, what's the worst that can happen? I'm on my period. I'm pretty sure I'm in a Apopka. I got this man's full name, so I'll be straight. So I sat in the back of the car with him, and we're sitting like normal. He's sitting beside me. He starts feeling on my leg. I'm like, I grabbed his hand. I was like, we're just friends. I'm not trying to do nothing with you. I'm not trying to be in a relationship. I'm not trying to do nothing. We're simply just friends. You picked me up and that's it. And it was like, to him, it was like, what was the point of hanging out then? That's basically what he was saying. That's what I do. I like to hang out and just sit and talk. Like, I feel like some guys nowadays, hanging out is like having sex. And that's not what I was on. That's just not the mood. I'm like, okay, so let's just talk. So the conversation wasn't there. I was sitting here texting my ex, like, still about him. I was telling him, look, I want to go home. And my mom, she knows that you picked me up from my house. And I was hanging out with you this whole time. So I need you to pick me up so you can take me back home. So my mom won't question who I'm with. If Josh takes me home. She doesn't know Josh. And Josh goes, who you texting? I'm telling him, look, this is what's gonna happen. I need you to drop me off at where my ex is at so he can take me home, because my mom knows that I was with him this whole time. He's like, no, I'm not freaking taking you. He said other words, but I'm gonna just say it in like appropriate language. He was like, no, I'm not freaking taking you to another man's place. I'm not doing that. I will take you home. And if not, you gonna have to walk. My eyes start watering. So I'm like, are you for real? He was like, nah, you're gonna stay with me. That's basically what he was saying. Nah, you're gonna stay with me. And I was like, no. So I opened the door to the car and I walked out, and he was like, really? And I was like, yup. You not gonna take me? He was like, hell no. I was like, okay. I was very scared because I didn't know where I was at, and where I was at had no, like, barely any service. So I started walking forward, and he drove past me, looked out the window, and threw the bag with the Wendy's leftovers in it, like, by me. He drove off really fast and left me on the road to walk by myself. Y'all, it made me so upset because I knew this man for a year. And if he watches this video, he knows who I'm talking about. He knows that I'm talking about him. And the first time that I meet him, he tries to hook up with me. He tries to get me out of my character. He did not buy me food. I was starving. And he made me walk by myself. I looked forward and I saw a Dollar Tree. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna call my ex and have him pick me up, because I know that we weren't on the best terms, but I know that he's respectful enough to pick me up. So he came by, he picked me up, and my face, I was just crying and crying and crying, and I was telling him I'm sorry. I'm never gonna like hang out with another guy again, even when we're on bad terms or broken up or don't even know what we're doing. This whole time, That whole time I was out, he was out too. And he was out with a girl, and he was smoking with a girl. Even before this whole situation happened, he was cheating on me. So yeah, that's my story. I did end up blocking Josh and never talking to him again. This situation really taught me not to trust everyone that I meet. Just because me and somebody are going through something, I shouldn't hang out with, just a random person because I'm in my feelings. And it taught me a lot about, like, me going on date with guys. Like, they should have respect for me. I shouldn't deal with certain stuff just because, this person was my friend or this person had my back. That situation really taught me a little bit. It did. That's the end of this video. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And comment other things I should do, if I should do pranks or whatever. Bye, y'all.
Like, oh, goddamn,